The new solo travel, especially amongst females, has become one of the top travel trends. One of the leading travel guides, Lonely Planet, reports that 67% of all solo travelers are women. Nonkululeko Maji Africa from Afrokulcha Travel is joining us now in the studio just to share a little bit more insight about this. One of the biggest questions, firstly, good morning, Nonkululeko, and welcome. One of the biggest questions that we were sharing when we were preparing for this interview with my partner Iveka was, why do women actually travel solo? If we could just start there before we get into the nitty-gritty of travel, what would be driving the solo female traveler today?
Okay, well, solo traveling is mostly about self-care, traveling in general. Let's say it's about self-care, it's about wellness, it's about, self-actualization. A lot of people travel just to invest in themselves. So you find that a lot of women have now realize this about traveling, and they prefer to travel alone, just because there's a lot you can learn about traveling on your own. I mean, you need self-confidence, you need communication skills, you're in control.
So you need to be
everything.
Strong as well, I guess,
yes,
in today's world to travel.
Yeah.
So are you finding that even from a South African perspective as well, we're getting more and more solo female travelers?
Oh yes. My company runs a group travel in Africa, and a lot of the people who book on my group travel are women, about 90%.
90%?
Yes. We only have very few men. We take about 16 people on each tour, and most of the time we have only 2 or 3 guys, and most of them are just women.
I guess for every woman there'll be a different reason why they wanted to be on their own on a trip.
Yes, and also, sometimes you just want to be by yourself. No one is requiring anything from you. You just wanting to have that space by yourself. So a lot of women have turned into solo traveling because of that.
Yeah, some people might assume, are they lonely?
No, solo travel is not about loneliness, actually. It's got nothing to do with that at all. They just want to have that time on their own. I think a role of a woman is very demanding in life in general. So they just take that chance to be just by themselves. Yeah,
and what kind of holiday destinations? You say through your agency, for example, there's a lot of travel that goes around the continent that you're booking. Are they specific about the kind of areas do they like? Do they like tropical? Do they go beaches? Do they go adventure kind of trips?
Well, a lot of them like traveling by the beach, anywhere by the beach, and anywhere where they can shop. So, so most of the time, when we do the group tours, we take them to cities, then to by the sea destination where they can just relax by the beach.
Okay, now age-wise, in terms of the women, is it young and old women? Is it a mixture, or are you finding that it's a particular generational kind of...
I think it's a particular generational... We are seeing a lot more millennials traveling now, but the people who travel solo the most are, your Generation X and up to the baby boomers. Okay. So that's between like 35 up to 55, 60. Okay. So a lot of them do travel on their own.
Yeah, does affordability become an issue for them?
Well, people have saved money to do these things.
They plan
it ahead. Yeah. They make sure that, they have enough money to travel. So you find that because they're investing the money in themselves, they don't mind spending.
Is safety an issue? I mean, I'm just asking it because you see, a woman traveling, they're solo, they're there, maybe sitting around on the beach and having a drink.
If you are traveling solo, it's always important to sort of research the country before you go, look at the risk areas of where you're going to go to, and always keep in touch with friends and family just to say, hey, my next location is this, or my next destination is this, so that they always know where you are.
Yeah, now you said people like to go to the beach and stuff. Are there any favorite holiday destinations for the solo female traveler on our continent? I mean, I'm thinking of places like Zanzibar, the islands, the Indian tropical islands as an example.
Yes, there's a lot. There's a lot. If you want to be by the beach, you can go to the islands also like Cape Verde, Sao Tome. Those are the islands where, you really find serene and there's not a lot of people talking to you.
Nobody's going to bother you. You're going to have that time for yourself.
But, Zanzibar is also there, Mombasa by Kenya. But you can also go to cities like, Accra in Ghana and Dakar in Senegal. Those are great places to travel.
Okay, thank you very much for sharing some of those insights with us here in Nonkululeko from Afrokulcha Travel. Now.